Moving is stressful enough already, but making one mistake with your internet plan can leave you without Wi-Fi for weeks. I figured this was an appropriate topic to cover today because my wife and I are moving in a few weeks, so it's a good time to cover the checklist of all the things you should consider before making your move. One of these topics, and it depends upon where you move, but most people view it as easiest to transfer their existing internet plan to their new location, when in reality, this might not be in their best interest at all. So when it comes to your internet service provider, a time when you're moving is a great time to reassess what internet provider you're using. Now, if you're moving from one location to another within the same general area, it's a good bet that the same internet service provider will provide coverage to your new location. But at the same time, it's worth it to take a few minutes and look at what other internet service providers are in the area. The reason for this is that many internet service providers, when you switch and you sign up for a new plan with them, they'll give you a discounted price for an extended period of time. Whether it be 2 years, 5 years, they'll give you some sort of introductory benefit that might save you some money in the long run. On top of that, in the new location that you're moving to, there might be another internet service provider that provides the same speeds as your current internet plan with your current provider, but they might also provide it at a lower price or with higher upload speeds. It only takes a few minutes to do this research and look at the zip code that you're moving to see what internet service providers are in the area, and in the end, it could save you some money. Another thing to consider when you're moving is if your internet needs are going to change in your new location, and if you have to make a change to the internet speed that you're getting with your internet plan as a result. For example, in the new location, are there going to be the same number of people living there? Are you going to be using the internet the same amount that you're using in your current location? These are all things that you want to think about, and obviously if you're moving into a place with more people or you expect your internet speeds to be higher than what they are now, maybe you want to increase your internet plan, and moving is a great time to do that. If you're not sure how much internet speed you need as part of your internet plan, I've previously made another video that I'll link to in the description that gives you a formula you can use to calculate exactly how much internet speed you need. You might be surprised at the results and how little speed you need, so this might save you some money as well if you take this opportunity to change your internet plan. The next thing you need to consider is scheduling the activation of your new internet plan once you've picked out an internet plan and an internet service provider. So depending upon the internet service provider, they may either need to send a technician to your house to activate your internet plan, or they will send you equipment and give you steps to activate your internet plan yourself. What you want to keep in mind is if you're moving to a new location, there are likely many other people looking to do the same thing. So the concept is the same as a moving van. You want to book your moving van well in advance to make sure that they don't run out on the day that you need it. And the same thing goes with activating your internet. You want to make sure that you get ahead of this and you plan ahead just to make sure you get a technician either on site or so they ship you the equipment in enough time so that the day that you move into your new place, you can activate your internet and you don't have any days without Wi-Fi. Trust me, this has happened to me in the past and it's a real buzzkill. So you'll want to make sure you do this in advance. One thing to keep in mind is if you're transferring your internet plan to the new location, this is something that I'm going to be doing. I'm using the same internet plan because my internet needs are not changing. But I was able to go on the Xfinity website and I was able to do this online. So if you're thinking about keeping your same internet plan and just transferring your service, this might be an option for you as well. That's quick and easy to do. Another thing you might want to consider, and this is especially the case if you are going to be taking a period of time to move from one location to another. Say you have a span of a few weeks or a month that you can move things from the old location to the new location. Maybe you want to have a period of time where you have internet in both locations. So what I'm saying here is maybe you keep an extra month of your old internet plan and then you start your new internet plan where you have a month of overlap where you're paying for both. This might be especially helpful depending upon your current situation. If you're a student or you work from home, you might want the flexibility of being able to access the internet in either location while you're in the middle of that moving process. This can lead to another complication that many people probably don't think about when they're moving, or especially in this situation, and that's their internet equipment. As a reminder, in order to have an internet connection, you need an active internet plan with your internet service provider, you need a modem, and you also need a router. So you need all of these things for an active internet connection, and this is something that often gets overlooked, but depending upon your personal situation, you'll need to handle this a little bit differently. For example, if you're making the switch to a new internet service provider in your new location, but you're currently renting your modem and router from your current internet provider, you need to make sure that you return this equipment as part of closing out your old internet plan. They charge you on a monthly basis to rent this equipment, and they're just going to keep charging you if you bring this to your new location. On top of that, if you're switching internet service providers, this device won't work with your new internet plan, so you just need to make sure you don't forget to do this. Now, in the case that you have your own modem and your own router that you've paid for, regardless of what you're doing, if you're transferring your internet plan to your new location or if you're using a new internet service provider, the steps here are pretty easy. You just bring both of these pieces of equipment with you, and then you set it up with your new internet plan once it's activated. Now, when things get interesting is when you own your own modem and router and you want to have an overlap in internet service. Obviously, you have one modem and one router. You need one of these in each of the locations where you have an active internet connection. So what you might want to do is keep your modem and router in the location where your existing internet plan is. And then in your new location with your new internet plan, maybe what you want to do is rent a modem and router from your internet service provider for a month or two just to cover that overlap, so that way you have an active internet connection in your old location and your new location. You don't have to buy two modem and routers and have two modem and routers that you own. This is probably the cheapest method. And then when you close out your old internet plan, you just take these pieces of equipment that you own to your new location, you set them up, and then you return this rented modem and router to your new internet service provider. Once you're in your new location and you have an active internet plan, you've set up your modem and router, whether you own that equipment or are renting it, and you currently have Wi-Fi access in your home, what I recommend you do is you try out a few different locations for your router. Because where you place the router in your home will have a great impact on the Wi-Fi signal strength that you get in different areas of your home, and therefore your internet performance will be largely impacted by the location of your router as well. In short, if you keep the router in the living room of your old place, there's no guarantees that keeping it in the living room of your new place is going to give you the best Wi-Fi signal and the best internet performance. That's why I invite you to try out a few different locations, see which one provides you with the best internet performance, and then keep your router there. This is another thing I've talked about in a previous video, so you'll want to check that out in the description if you want to deep dive into this, because it really gives you the opportunity to maximize your internet plan and your Wi-Fi performance. Now, one thing you might find is if you're moving to a bigger home or a home with more floors, your router might not provide adequate Wi-Fi coverage to all areas of your home, no matter where you put it. And in this case, you might want to extend your Wi-Fi signal with either a Wi-Fi extender, an access point, or maybe you want to implement a mesh Wi-Fi system. This is something, again, I've talked about this in another video. You'll want to check that out where I compare all these devices so you can figure out which one is the best fit for your home internet. Okay, so in summary here with our internet moving checklist, the things that we want to do are as follows. We want to evaluate the internet service providers in our new location that we're moving to. We want to reassess our internet plan and evaluate if our internet speed needs to change or if it's good where it is. We also want to schedule the activation of our internet plan in advance. We want to evaluate if we want an overlap of our internet plan or not. We want to come up with a strategy for our internet equipment, our modem and router. And then we want to test our new internet plan and the location of our router once we've activated our new internet plan. If you're moving soon, hopefully this video saved you some time and some headaches when it comes to moving your internet plan. And if you found this information useful and you want more internet tips, router advice, and you want to see more home networking videos, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. As always, thanks for checking out this episode from Network from Home, and we'll catch you on the next one.